Spring is sprung. And my topic today and through the next, thank you, through the next few weeks, April and May, we're going to be talking about transitions to transformation. Now, this is the unity message. How do we transition and how do we transform? And there is a process there that we walk through, that we slug through, that we move through. And sometimes it takes a lot of effort. So we're going to work on some ideas that will help us wherever we are, wherever you are, wherever I am, to wake up. Are you willing to wake up? Well, 3 people are willing to wake up, and I'm so glad that we're willing to wake up. To me, spring is absolutely wonderful. Now, I know to my husband it means allergies. So we can see things from different perspectives, right? I love watching the flowers and hearing the birds. We back up to a nature preserve. And the variety and the voices. It's like a choir, harmony and all these chirping and chipping. And oh my goodness, it's just exciting to walk out on my back porch and hear the sound of the universe waking up. And spiritually, we can go to sleep. Would you agree? We can go to sleep. And we can say our affirmations and still be asleep. Mm-hmm. And we can say the prayer for protection and still be asleep because we have said it so many times. And it becomes just rhetoric, just like we do often. So today I want to talk about waking up, transitioning, and moving towards transformation. And I want you to begin thinking about what part of you has gone to sleep. What part of you is kind of on automatic? Maybe the way you look at things in the world, maybe the way you live your life, maybe a variety of different things. I came across some notes this week that I had given a series on years ago by Eckhart Tolle. Anyone remember Eckhart Tolle? Well, looky here, good. And his book, The New Earth. Did anyone study the book, The New Earth? And he talks about awakening and doing. So what I was referring to as being asleep, we often just go through patterns. We always go to the grocery store like this, and we go here and we go there and we go to work and we put in the check and we call our whoever we call and we get notices in the mail. And it's just almost automatic. We're not engaged. We're not present. We're not taking the call. So I'm asking you today, what would it be like if you, just for 30 minutes, I won't talk that long, promise. Well, I could. Always go for the laugh. When we are half asleep, actually, to our potential. We have a divine potential. In fact, we have more than a potential. We are divine. We are divine. And we talk about discovering our potential. We don't have to discover anything. We are. So he talks about awakened doing. Have you ever heard that term? So it's being awake and doing, not half asleep, not doing things automatically, not doing things from our ego. Anyone? A little bit. Might let my ego get in the way of my divinity? 3 people. 3 of us. Oh, good. Maybe 6. So he talks about our awakened doing is how we experience life. It's our consciousness. That's who we are. This outer sphere we live in is the human self. We came to experience our consciousness. We didn't come to wash the car and put gas in and drive, the kids to school or go to the grocery store. All of that is the human story. What is more than that is who you really came to be. So ask yourself, who did I didn't just come to buy groceries. I know it. I know I didn't just come even to be with you. I came to be my divine self. And that has many faces and many phases. And when I'm not doing that, I'm not happy. Have you noticed? I'm not happy. Well, you may not have noticed it about me. Have you noticed it when you are not in alignment with your divine spirit? Yes? Yep. So he talks about that we are 100% responsible for any stress we feel. Now, don't get up and walk out. We are 100% responsible for any stress we feel because it is a reaction to an event. It is a reaction to an event. Now, if you could write that on your hand and keep it there. I am 100% responsible for any stress. It's not about him. It's not about her. It's not about my body. It's my reaction. What's the word? My reaction to the event. Why didn't anyone tell me that? I missed it somewhere. I am 100% responsible to how I experience my life. It's not anyone else's life. How I experience, I'm responsible. It's my ego. It's my drama. It's my, feel sorry for me. Anyone ever, no one ever played that game in your life? Okay. Well, I did, and so that's why I can talk about it. So as we go into this consciousness experience, as I go through a transition of leaving behind the part of me and get in alignment with my divinity. Am I willing? Are you willing? Are we willing to get in alignment with our divinity? And our divinity does not moan and groan. I'm just saying. I am just saying. So the moaning and groaning, I can go there. The moaning and groaning is that humanity, and it is in response to an event. Capitalized event. So there's 3 steps. Are you ready? Yes. First step is acceptance. Now, this was in Gandhi's steps also. Acceptance of what is. Acceptance of what is going on. Paul and I just went to the coast last week while Angela was speaking. Our daughter had given us a gift certificate, and I thought that week would be the perfect week. There were more storms than you can imagine. It was so windy. Hardly anyone was on the beach. It was miserable. It was absolutely miserable. Yeah. Now, what was my response to the event? And what was Paul's response? So, what is opportunity, right? There's our opportunity. Can I accept what I wouldn't have chosen? Can I still accept it and be in alignment with my divine self? Can I accept it, appreciate it for what it is? The example he gave was someone going on vacation to their beach house, and when they got there, there'd been some damage, a storm, and they had to repair everything, and they never really got to have a vacation. So, can I accept that? Or do I have to be moaning? Do I have to get into the drama? Poor me. Accepting what is being awakened to doing. We are awake, whatever is going on in our lives. We are a divine presence, no matter what is going on in our lives. Am I willing to accept what seems to be real? It's an event. It's a drama. It's an experience. So then we move on to, if we can accept, can we be happy? Even if it didn't go my way, can I be happy? Oh, summer. Yeah, depends on what it is. Would you agree? Yeah. Yeah. Can I be happy no matter what? Can I hold the divine energy? Now, that doesn't mean that the human self doesn't. However, I align with my divine self. I am, there are many words for happy. Can I stay in that energy without being drawn into the drama, without being drawn into my ego? I'm right and you're wrong. I know you've never said that, but if you did, you might want to think about it again. So this is being awakened doing. We think of awakened maybe as meditating, sitting quietly. That's when I experience my divineness. What about when I'm doing? Can I hold that place of spiritual integrity, spiritual intention, even when it doesn't appear things are going my way? That is the question. Can I be engaged? Can I look at things from a viewpoint that doesn't feel like I am being singled out? And the last step in his Eckhart Tolle's book, The New Earth, is about being enthusiastic. Even if it didn't go my way, I can be enthusiastic. New concept. Very new concept. I could be enthusiastic. I could look at something totally differently if I wasn't into drama, if I wasn't into ego, if I wasn't into right and wrong, if I didn't have these standards that everyone has to meet. Anyone have that in your life? Never. No. No. Anyone inherit that from your parent? No. Okay. So what would the world be like if? What is the world like when we go out into our experience and realize the world isn't against us? We have a consciousness of divinity that cannot be harmed or cannot move us. It is sacred. It is centered. It is holy. It always is, no matter what the event is. Can I come to a place where the drama out here doesn't touch me, my sacred being? So I have a little story I want to tell you. That was my, this is my, I call them wisdom stories. Well, this was my wisdom story at the Safeway yesterday. You find wisdom stories all over. So we were going grocery shopping. We had a list. I always like to look. Anyone else like to look? How's that look? How's that look? So I have my list, and Paul's wandering and picking up things around the grocery store. So I'm looking in I always go to the flowers first, because I love fresh flowers. I think I can bring this on Sunday and then I can take it home and blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking at the flowers, put them in. I got a cucumber, I got this, I got that. And as I'm going down the aisle, I go over in Safeway over to where the glass doors are. Close. I went over to that section. And there's a lady coming towards me in a wheelchair with pushing a cart and a man behind her, very stoic, like this. And she gives me a little smile. And I give her a little smile. And then we go, and I'm on the neck about 2 aisles over, and I see her again. And I move over, and she gives me a little smile. The next time I see her, 2 aisles over, she said, I really like seeing you down these aisles because I like seeing your flowers. I smiled. I see her again and she says something about the flowers. I said, I buy these because they last the longest. And she laughed, kind of. Then the next time I see her, she says, oh, you have a helper too, because Paul's just put something in the basket. Now we're having a conversation. I see her the next time. Paul's over in the deli. Where'd your helper go? He said the deli. Oh, okay. So then I see her. We're almost in the, I'm buying cheese to bring here. And we're in the same aisle. And she just gives me this huge smile. Here's a woman in a wheelchair pushing a cart with a stoic husband, and she's reaching out to me, making me smile, giving me joy and connection. She was living that awakened doing. She was doing it in Safeway. I think she gets extra credit. So can we do it in our everyday life? I mean, I've gone on many retreats and I've had silent moments and I've had the universe speaking to me and I've journaled and yet it has to be where I live. It has to be in my moments. Am I always waiting for something special to happen? Am I always waiting for something meaningful to happen? It is the everyday living of divinity. Not looking out, looking in. Not looking out, looking in to that place in you that is holy and sacred. No words for what it is. No words. We have a gift to give. And the first gift is to ourselves. And that is to be awake. The second gift is to our family. To be awake. Not in drama. Not in ego. Not in pointing fingers. Hands on hips. I know you didn't. I know that stance well, you see. And that feeling of being awake in this community gives me chills. To be awake in a community together just multiplies the energy. And we get to. And we have the sacred consciousness to share with the world. It's why we're here. We didn't come to moan and groan. We didn't come to say it's their fault. We didn't come to say whatever. We came to be awake to our divinity. And when we are awake to our divinity, we have something to give called peace. called love, called acceptance, called enthusiasm, called no name. So we're going to breathe together, close our eyes together, if that feels comfortable. I appreciate you so much, every one of you. Before you close your eyes, look at me in the eyes. I appreciate every one of you. I want you to know that. I see you awake. I see you awake. Awakened, awakening. Community, awakening. Awake. Closing your eyes if you so feel that call. Opening your hands is a feeling of openness to the divine in you. Shrugging those shoulders, whatever makes you feel, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. My consciousness is awake. I am part of the greater good. I am part of the evolving spiritual awakening on our planet. And if a word comes to you, or a feeling, or a quietness, you just breathe. You just breathe. We know that the divine is in all of life. It is not measurable. It is. It's in nature. It's in humanity. It's in the ethers. It is. And every person we walk the journey with has the consciousness of divinity, whether they respond to it or not. It's not of our doing. We are awake. Saying to yourself, I am waking up. I am waking up to the divine in me. I am experiencing an expansion of awareness of the divine in me. We feel that energy in this room. We feel that energy on this land. We feel that energy that surrounds us in our lives and our work. We can't deny it. It is here. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. I'd invite you to, before you open your eyes, put your hand on your heart. Whisper to yourself, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm waking up. I'm waking up. I invite you to do this throughout the days and weeks ahead. And so it is. Amen.